Thank you all so much. I'm here to talk to you about digital inequality and what that really means. And to do that, I really want to tell you a story about how we realized what this was. So picture it, right? Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy. It's fall 2007. There's a park in the corner of the housing development at Lafayette Gardens. Myself, my friend Santana, and a friend of his from work, who I'm pretty sure probably owed him a favor, set up a table, put 2 computers on it, and ran power out of the back of my Jeep, and hung up a huge sign that said free computer help. Something really amazing happened that day. People started coming from all over the neighborhood. They were coming from the buildings in which they lived, they were coming from down the street, they were coming from all over, carrying pieces of technology, laptops, desktops, even some cell phones. And a gentleman named Cliff came walking down the street carrying a blue iMac. And he set it on the table. Didn't look quite as good as that one. And he said, "Can you make this work?" And that was really a moment of realization for us, because Cliff had realized something, and during that day we also really realized it too, that people knew that technology had value. They knew that it was something that was really important for them, and they knew that it was something that could change their lives, but they weren't sure exactly how to do with it, what to do with it, and how to do it. Took a little time, fast forward a little bit, and we were asked to come back and teach some classes to the senior citizens at Lafayette Gardens. We were shown these computers. They were not pretty either. They also didn't work very well because they didn't have any operating systems on them. They'd been donated. We weren't really sure what to do with them. They put them under a table because that's where all people store computers that they don't know what to do with. It took a little while, but the problem of the operating systems were fixed, and we went ahead and started these classes with senior citizens. They were very in-depth classes. We did things like, this is the power button, this is a mouse, this is how they work together, this is how we use them. It's enlightening for them and pretty enlightening for us too. We use technology in our lives every day. We were asked to come back and teach classes to everybody in the development. We were asked to come back and share these skills with people throughout an entire community of Brooklyn. But instead of going in and telling them what they wanted, we decided to ask them, what did they really want to learn? What did they want to know? So we spent the summer canvassing, asking questions, talking to people about what it is they felt like they needed from their technology, what it is that they felt like they wanted. We learned 3 really important things that summer. They wanted comfort. They wanted to feel comfortable. They wanted to be in an environment that was non-threatening, that they could learn, that they could understand technology without feeling like they didn't know something that everybody else knew. They wanted access. So we found some more computers, because technology is an amazing thing, and Craigslist helped us do that. And they wanted information. They wanted to know what everybody else knew. They wanted to know how to use technology to make their life better. They wanted to know how to use technology to increase their worth in their communities, their worth in their lives. This map from 2004 really shows how concentrated and how limited internet access was. That wasn't really that long ago. I can remember it. 2007, we can see that things have really started to change. The world is embracing this idea. We've heard some talks about it already today, about how quickly things have changed. 2012, it's a whole different ballgame, right? Now we've got, the Arab Spring. We have Occupy Wall Street. We have Coney 2012. I think that's next week. Justice for Trayvon. All of these things have happened within the past year, and everybody in this room knows what that is. It's happened, push of a few buttons, and everyone knows. In New York City alone, you can see how connected we are. This is a picture that represents Twitter and Flickr usage in New York City. You can see the really concentrated areas, and you can see those who really don't have the same access. You can see the influence that technology has in certain parts of the city. We've gone from, desktops to laptops to mobile devices to tablets. Everything gives us access all the time. You probably have some of it with you right now. You're probably tweeting about how wonderful TEDxNYU is. But the reality is we've gone from a place where we really want something, right? We grew up wanting to have our own robot to bring us things and fly in our flying cars and have our own special droids to do things for us. It's way past that now. We've gone from really wanting things to needing them to compete in today's society, and needing them to be a part of the global world in which we live in. We need to know three things. We need to know how to communicate, right? So how to email. These are things that we do every day. IM, chat, video chat, set up conferences. Those things are really important. How to find information, how to get it not only from someone, but to get it to come to us. And also, how to create and share. When we go to that next step, how do we really take the information that we found and move it to the next level? Helen Blowers from the Columbus Library really broke it down for us. She talked about the new digital divide. She talked about what it means to be on one side versus the other. There are people who really know how to think about searching, how to validate information, how to find it, how to understand informal languages and get things to travel to them rather than chasing them, and really understand that learning is a lifelong process, a continual process that doesn't end with a degree or completion of something. And then there's people who don't have that information. And those are the people that we want to talk to you about. Really, who is left behind? The people that are left behind are the elderly that didn't have access to technology growing up, and this is a new concept for them. This is a new idea, and it's frightening. The disconnected, those who really don't even have access. Some areas of the country still do not have broadband access, it's true. We find it really hard to believe here in New York, because we can go to 3 Starbucks on one corner, and we can get it, right? The working poor, people who work every day to make ends meet, they don't have the financial access to make the connections that other people do. And youth in underserved communities where their schools are not up to par, they don't really have the ability to keep on track with everybody else. So if you don't have access, you don't have things. These are the things that you don't have. You don't get the same information, you don't get the same education, you don't have the same economic opportunities, and you don't have the same idea of global thinking. You don't see the world the same way. If you do have access, you get all of those things, all right? And access doesn't really just mean the physical access anymore. It really means, what do we do with it when we have it? What do we understand from this technology that we have? There are some things that really happen much more easily if we have access to technology and understanding of how to use it. Energy. I don't know about you, but I do not want to go at 9 o'clock at night to Starbucks with my laptop, get there, set up, do what I need to do, and then go back home. That's a lot of energy. It also takes a lot of time. Not only time doing stuff like that, but time just really trying to figure things out that we don't need to anymore. I've spent a lot of time in New York City lost on a corner trying to figure out where to go until I got a GPS on my smartphone, and now I can go wherever I want without walking in circles. Family, not just staying connected to our families, but really having additional time to spend with our families. It allows people to work from home. It allows people to do distance learning. Education, it's the biggest one. It allows us to have access to information that otherwise we wouldn't have access to. They stopped making Encyclopedia Britannica this year, right? So you can't go to the library and get any new information. You can read the old ones if you want to. I guess they're still there, but you can do online degrees, online research. You can go to websites like Khan Academy where you can learn anything in 15 minutes from basic arithmetic to studying for your GMATs. Push a button, you have the answers. Peter Drucker said that every single social and global problem of our day is really a business opportunity in disguise, which is true, but I really challenge you to think of it in another way. Think of it as, instead, a social opportunity in disguise, an opportunity for us to make change in the world, and an opportunity for us to step forward and do our part. So why am I standing here talking to you about this? Because if you're in this room, you probably have access to technology. You probably have some skill. I'm pretty sure that you all went online and signed up for your tickets. That's a skill right there, okay? That's the beginning of the change. If you're in New York City, of course we'd love to have you volunteer for our organization, but we know that that's not possible for everyone. We have people who have skills in technology. We have people who are tech wizards, software designers, analysts, people who know how to network, people who know how to design websites, instructional designers. All of these people, all of these skills are usable skills, skills that can be shared with other people. If you're not in New York City, what can you do? Find your local organization that does this work. If you can't find one, you can make one. Go to your local community center, place of faith, after-school program, library. There's endless opportunities where you can really reach people. I encourage you to take that step and really reach out to people and share your skills. The reality at the end of the day is when we do for others, it does come back. And this is really our opportunity to give back what we have been given. Thank you.